Greetings and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Oblivion Remastered. Me, Ryan Plays Games. When we left off last time, we joined the Mages Guild. We completed a remedial task for our superior at the Mages Guild. After that,
Greetings.
we then went to help Cyrodil with his son's issues at their farm, keeping them both alive, and he awarded us the wonderful Chillrend. Then we went to Coral Castle and dealt with a very interesting whodunit quest, where we found out that Chanel, the servant, had indeed stolen the painting belonging to the Countess. And that's pretty much what we got done. Now, time to carry on where we left off. So, let's get rid of this torch quickly, because we're about to go out into the hot sun. I hope it's the hot sun, anyway. And we have more journeys to undertake. We will likely... Actually, what's the closest town to us? The closest town to us is... Bruma. Yes, it's Bruma. Okay. We may take a trip to Bruma, as I would like to progress with the Mages Guild storyline for at least get to the Imperial University, the Arcane University, before we continue with the main story. There's lots of lovely little quips and extras in Oblivion when you travel the road.
Well met.
So we shall do some travelling. I'm not sure if afford a horse as of yet. Let's see if I can.
Good to see you.
I have 470 gold, so I think that's a no. We should ask what his prices are regardless.
If you're looking to buy a horse...
Okay, go
Good
inside.
day.
How go? I run the North Country stables. Are you interested in a horse?
Most definitely.
There are no finer chestnut horses to be found anywhere in Cyrodil. They are not as hardy as most, but only the black horse is faster.
Oh, well, I've changed my
What a
mind.
pity. If you change, be seeing you.
Okay. It's okay for us to travel on foot. No problem at all. Right. Map. I wonder, actually, if I'm allowed the horse at Waynham Priory. Let's go to Waynham Priory. See if we're allowed to take the horse in the stables.
Hello.
No. No, I cannot. Unless I speak to the people inside. Maybe they will assist me.
I know that you are on an important mission for the
There we
Blade.
go.
Please, if you need a horse, take mine from the Priory stables.
That's a generous offer, thank you.
Go with Talos' blessings. Do not fail.
Okay. Nice to have a little horse. We can canter our way off the road. Look out interesting potential landmarks along the way. Yeah. It will be very good.
Hi there.
Prior Mabel's horse. Maberol. Wonderful. Right. So we need to go this way. Bruma. We go through the priory. When this game came out in 2006, I was 15 years old. And I always loved Wayne Priory. As I'm British, it reminds me of some of the very picturesque old monasteries that are littered around our country. It's a good shout out to at least medieval Britain. Probably medieval Europe as well. Okay. Not to give you a history lesson or anything. Right, we want to go to Bruma. So we shall continue. So strange, like it's just really incredible how they've changed this game. It just looks so brilliant. Like I'm actually exploring a real lived-in world. Look at all these herbs as well. I should periodically get off the horse, I think, to do some herbalism. I wish there was a whistle for your horse so you could call him. That would be far easier, but beggars cannot be choosers. Is that an Imperial Guard? Interesting. Okay. Another little wolf. I should rest and meditate on what I have learned. Okay, well, let's hope we find a tavern along the road or something. Ah, can you loot on the horse? You can. That is handy. I did not know that. Okay, and my horse is just bugged out a little bit there. Right. Let us go. I wonder if there is anywhere I can stay on the road. Looks like there's Shadow's Rest Cavern. Oh. I am one for exploring. Okay, let's get off the horse and traverse the rest on foot. I think you'll be safe here. Imps, eh? Who doesn't love mindless demons chasing you? What do we have in the depths? Something there. More imps. That's them dispatched. Away with ye imps, please. Wisp stalks. Important to keep up on all these different mushrooms and other bits and pieces. Easy lock. Okay. It was easy. What's in here then? Ah. That's what's in here. Oh no. Lovely. Speechcraft green brocade doublet. Take that. Wear that as well, I think. Oh, maybe not at the moment. Until we get something better for the trouser area. It's lovely. Not sure what's here really. Cavern keeps going up, which is kind of weird. You'd expect a cavern to go downwards, wouldn't you? Rocky Run. Okay. What was that tome I picked up? School of Mysticism, Detect Life. Yes, I would. Nice. You can detect life. Maybe I should be using these spells to get my other spell trees up. Just poison, blue and green outfit. Okay. Getting quite a bit of loot from this dungeon. Quite a decent little exploration hub. I'm going to use Cold Touch on these though. I've contracted a goddamn disease. Oh, man. That is not what I wanted. Wow, my aim is off. Oh, I did say I wanted to start getting my blade up as well, didn't I? Oh, maybe I'll start killing some people with swords. Do I have anything that removes disease? Oh, I don't think I do. Magic, what effects are on me? Drain agility 5. Speed, okay, it's not the worst in the world. The bane of my life. Oh. Lovely. Lots of iron stuff, which I can't carry, because I am a weak little mage with barely any inventory space, so unfortunately that is not for me. Can't get over the size of this dungeon. It's huge. Okay. I love the new weapon sounds. They sound really cool. What's this now? Okay. Lovely. Apparently this place goes even deeper. Oh, that hurt. Oh, is this it? Am I at the end? It looks like it. This is the end of this dungeon. Okay. I was interested whilst it lasted. Okay. Well, all good things must come to an end, they say. This dungeon certainly was a good thing. It is time to take my leave. Need to find a tavern so I can sleep. I don't really want to sleep on the road. There's danger afoot when you sleep on the road. All sorts of beasties waiting to get you. Right, I think that this is the entrance. And back we are. Let's go find our little horsey. It's over here, I believe. Yes. Oh dear. My sense of direction's still pretty good. Ugh. It's a bit janky, that is. Right, looks like we're riding through the night, my friend. How do we get back onto the road? Oh, we are on the road here. Okay. I do seem to remember, if memory serves me well, that in Oblivion there were like randomly placed taverns on the road, but I can't remember exactly where they were. I wonder if this Imperial Legion soldier will get off his horse. Oh, he actually did. The good old guards. They do look after us. They're worth their weight. Well, we need to go this way. And continue onwards. That's better. Right. I think I'm going the right way. I am. I think there's a tavern around here on the Imperial Road. Blade Mist Cave. No. I don't want to... Now, one thing I don't want to do is do too much exploration as such that I end up like going to places that I might go during quest lines later on. So I want to as much as I do want to explore and make it an interesting exploration playthrough, probably going to just call it a little bit with doing too much of it, because it could end up ruining some storylines, and I'm not really keen on doing that. I'd like to preserve those storylines. Right. Rumour is a long way away. Oh, pardon me, folks. Not a single tavern on the road to be seen. I thought there might have been somewhere interesting, some interesting folk. It would be cool if they like added things like I don't know, like a tent, so it made sense for you to camp on the road. Just thematic, you know, that would have been quite a nice thematic change. But it's really cool that you see a lot of Imperials sort of traversing the land. It makes sense. There would be that sort of guard presence on the road. What is that? An Ayleid ruin? What on earth? Ayleid well. You draw power from the well. I do? Okay. And what power have I been given? Oh. Shame I'm not going to be able to use it. I'm going to be travelling for the majority of those 300 seconds, I would assume. But still a cool touch. We are way over halfway there now, folks. It's good when we get some downhill moments as well. Goes a bit faster. Right, am I going? Continue on this way, I think. Yeah, continue on this way. Oh, horse almost went flying there. I wonder what the Broomer Mages Guild will be like. Hopefully the task won't just be running into the hill and picking up a book. It might actually have some substance to it. That would be a lot more... Oh, hang on. Where's my torches? A lot more interesting. Maybe a ruin to explore, or spells to learn, or, you know, just something a bit more interesting. Ah, signpost. Imperial City Coral. And then is there one there? Yes, Bruma. Wonderful. City in the north, close to the walls of Skyrim. Yes, the Gerald Mountains. Oh god. Wild Eye Stables, Bruma Eastgate, okay. Okay, I'm gonna just deal with this guy. Way with you. Didn't even see that one. Right, who died? A bandit? Oh. Had a bad time fighting the fighting the wolf. Poor bandit. Plundered mine. What is that as well? so many damn cool things in Oblivion. Extra runestone. The stone stirs under your hand. Do you seek its conjured weapon and armor? No, I do not. Oh, unless they're weightless, then what I will. Ooh. Bound dagger. Alas, we are. Oh, didn't want to do that. We did not want to do that. So let's finish our journey now. Let's make our way to Bruma. Keep it on the map. And we are not far away at all. First things first, find a tavern. Ask about local rumours, then find the guild. Because we are certainly interested in finding the guild. Let's garrison our horse in these stables. Right. Hello, sir.
Is there a problem? Did you hear about Braden Lyrian? A vampire hunter named Raynal Draelis made his way into town, snuck into his house, and killed him.
Raynal Draelis.
The vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, but he already found a vampire among us. Apparently, Braden Lyrian was one of those vile creatures, and Raynal slew him. Kind of strange, though. I never figured Braden to be a vampire. He seemed to be such a likable fellow.
Sorry, I was having a drink.
Goodbye.
But does that mean anything, though? Did you ever see him out in the light of dawn? A brotherhood betrayed. That is my active quest anyway, so let's keep on with that one. Found the quest as we've walked into the town, which is always fun. But like I said, it's time to find a tavern. Where is there a tavern? Fighters Guild, Mages Guild. What the hell?
What? Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, apparently he's seen. Anyone looking for work should.
Okay.
Good day.
Odd, whatever you're doing though. That was weird. Very weird. Ah, the local tavern.
Good evening.
Olav's Tap and Tack. Thank the Lord.
Greetings to you. Did you know that Bump Gragash will train you to use heavy armor, but only if you're a Fighters Guild member? She moves really well in that armor, that's for sure. What can I do for you today?
Hello, Olav. I would like a bed, please.
I got a room, and a cheap one at that. You're looking for one?
Yes, I am. I'm very weary traveling from the road.
Right then. Head up the stairs. It's the first door on...
Okay.
Good journey to you.
Okay, sleep time. It's 1 AM. Wow. I would be tired. Let's rest till 9 AM and get a good 8 hours in. You have ascended to level 3. You are realizing that you are catching on to the secret of success. It's just a matter of concentration. Okay, we will do... Wonderful. Right, now we've rested.
Hello.
We need to go to the temple. Well, actually, they're not temples in Oblivion. They're churches more.
Good morning.
I like it. They probably still call it a temple. And we need to cure our disease. The Great Chapel of Talos. My afflictions are banished. Wonderful. That's what I like to hear. Right, well, let's go and talk to this gentleman that's professing himself to be a vampire slayer then.
You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene, and no one other than ourselves or Reynold Drayless will be allowed access.
Reynold Drayless.
The culprit in this crime has already been dealt with. It's just a matter of wrapping up the details. I'd tell you more, but frankly, I don't know who you are, so I'm not sure that I can trust you with that sort of information.
Oh, let's try and butter you up then.
No, you do me too much honor. You're wasting... I wish I could... Get away from me. Really now. You're wasting... Not fun. Remarkable.
Haha. And we'll bribe you
That's
once.
right. The culprit in this crime has already been dealt with. It's just a matter of wrapping up the details. I'd tell you more, but...
Oh my
frankly,
god. Guess I've got to butter you up even more.
Not fun. Really now. That's just talk. Well done. Well done. Ugh, no, that's just talk. Well done. That's just talk. Really now. You're revolting. What a great story. Please, oh, please.
There we go.
I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Reynold Drayless, we may have never uncovered the truth. Let me explain. In the last week or so, we found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies had puncture wounds on their necks. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss them. Luckily for us, Reynold arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was infected. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell you. So you can see we really don't need any help. But thanks for the offer.
Very, very interesting. Sounds like there's definitely more to this story than we're being told.
As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. But vampires are masters of deception, so I guess it makes sense. I'm impressed. It only took him a day to track the vampire down. I guess that's why he does it for a living.
Interesting.
Feel free to question anyone in town. They shouldn't give you too much trouble.
Perhaps you can help.
Murdered beggar. Okay. I'm not sure I believe this. Not sure at all. It just all seems a bit convenient.
I can't believe this is happening. Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No one will listen to me.
Please calm down. I want to help.
Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly, and to lose him this way makes no sense. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. This is all happening so fast.
Tell me what happened.
I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open, and my Braden dead. Standing over him was a Dunmer. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose, as they arrived quickly. I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Reynald Drayless. He said he was a vampire hunter and that Braden was his mark. The guards seemed to know about Reynald, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guards sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Reynald convinced Carius that Braden was a vampire.
The evidence looks bad for Braden.
Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous. And another thing, the guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire? It's all that Reynald character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. There isn't much more to say. Please, help me clear my husband's name.
Okay, I will certainly help you, because it doesn't sound very good.
I have no idea where he'd be. Just find him and make him tell you the truth. I swear he's a liar.
Okay.
I know I sound desperate, but...
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Where is this clown, then?
Well met.
I'm only asking for enough to feed my kids.
Okay. Have a coin, beggar.
Thank you, kind sir. Yes, the vampire hunter. As far apparently seem to be blessings of Julianos upon ye.
What? What? Yes, the vampire hunter. He seemed to be such a likable fellow. Farewell.
Maybe one of the guards will know where he is.
What can I do for you?
No.
Good day.
Unless I speak to Carius. Maybe he'll tell me where he is.
Hello.
Oh, so, any new revelations in your, investigation? I'll warn you about one thing. I understand you wanting to help Airline by checking up on Reynald. We have it on good authority from officials in a neighboring city that Reynald is what he says he is. So I'm not sure what you're trying to prove. I'm only allowing you to do this investigation, and I use that term very loosely, because Airline is so distraught.
Right, okay. Well, where is he?
I'm sure Airline is very upset. She'll be safe, though. Reynald has confirmed with us that she isn't infected. Her accusations that Reynald is lying is not surprising. At this point, she's so upset that she'll say anything to deny what really happened. I suppose if I found out a loved one was something as horrid as a vampire, I'd find any excuse not to believe it either. I'll warn you about one thing. I'm only allowing you to do this investigation, and I keep up the, good work, I suppose.
Sorry, I have a lot of...
Right, well, I have no idea where to find this clown. I don't know where to start.
Good to see you. Good morning.
Does he have a house? No, he can't do. He's just turned up. I wonder if he's in the tavern.
What can I do for you today? I usually don't give out that kind of information.
There we go.
Especially to people I don't know.
So he knows where he is. Let's persuade you, good sir.
So? Excellent. What a thoughtful... How nice. It's just what I wanted.
Okay. Tell me where he is.
I usually don't give out that kind of information.
Oh.
We'll see. Sure. No more. Was that so? You're pathetic.
The hell?
All right.
I've reached my maximum disposition for this character.
See? For me? Thanks. Raynill's staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. I always liked Braden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he was a vampire either.
Wonderful. I've discovered a small journal in Reynolds' room at the inn. It seems he was part of a group of adventurers who uncovered an artifact of some sort from some Aelid ruins. They all agreed to stash the artifact in a cave until more research could be done about it. Each of them took a key to the chest it was secured in. The two other members of the group were Braden and someone called Gellerborn. I need to find out more about Gellerborn to confirm my suspicions about Reynill. Olav may be able to help. The 8th day has passed and still there's no sign of the artifact. We've covered most of the remainder of the outer guard tower and scoured the crumbled great gatehouse ruins. But not one clue has arisen as to where it may have been buried. It's quiet out here, as if the ruins were paying respects to the alien inhabitants that disappeared here long ago. We haven't encountered anything hostile, but if we do, I think we're ready. The Brotherhood's been in worse scrapes before. Braden paid good money for the information as to our treasure's whereabouts, and I hope it doesn't turn out to be yet another fiasco. This morning, our camp was set upon by some bandits who were protecting what they claimed was their territory. Considering that we were outnumbered 3-1, we did very well. Only Reynill suffered a small wound, but that was easily healed by a potion that Braden had thoughtfully brought with him on our expedition. After getting rid of the bandits' corpses, we set out to tackle the largest part of the ruin, the remains of the Great Keep. 2 of the walls of the once mighty structure were collapsed, scattering the telltale whitish rock, so typical of the alien architecture in this part of Tamriel. This made our assault on the ruin difficult, as many of the larger chunks of wall were far too heavy for us to move. Braden suggested that we search the centre of the building's foundation for any underground entrances, which was typical for this type of keep. His guess paid off, and after several hours of back-breaking work, we managed to clear an opening just large enough for us to squeeze through and enter an ancient stairwell leading down into the ground. We decided to wait until morning's light to begin our descent into the depths of the ruin. After a restless sleep, all of us were quite excited at the prospect of what might lie ahead. Eagerly, we dipped our torches in a fresh container of pitch, lit them, and entered the inky blackness of the stairwell. The stale air was choked with dust and fine grit, a sign that no one had entered this portion of the ruins in a very long time. We became excited, as that meant no other tomb robbers had gotten there before us. The stairwell eventually levelled out into a corridor of sorts that snaked its way to the north. As we carefully walked along, I scanned the floor and walls very carefully for any types of trigger, tripwires or pressure plates. Such was my speciality. The Aelid were well known for their cunning traps protecting their tombs, and I wasn't taking any chances. Braden, the scholar of the Brotherhood, was getting more and more excited as we traversed the passage. He was translating the wall carvings and was becoming certain that we'd finally found the true location of our prize. After walking for several more minutes, we were overjoyed to see what we were hoping to see. The hallway ended at a metal door with a carving of a spider upon it. Now came the true test of Braden's information. The door supposedly had a puzzle lock. By pulling the spider legs in a certain combination, it would unlatch. The wrong combination would spell our deaths, perhaps triggering a collapse of the hallway or some other equally deadly trap. With a shaky hand, I pulled the legs one by one in the order I had memorized. The sixth... I'm going to write this down in front of me. The sixth one, the first one, the second one, the eighth one, and finally the first one again. So 61281. I closed my eyes and there were a few loud clicks when the door popped open. We all breathed a sigh of relief. Pushing open the door, I looked in at the huge room with a pedestal at the centre. Sitting on the pedestal, illuminated by a shaft of sunlight from a tiny hole in the ceiling, was our prize. The floor was covered in a huge mosaic of a stylized spider, all 8 of its legs coming to a point and ending up at the door entrance. This was the last of the traps the Aid had left behind to protect their treasure. Again, if it hadn't been for Braden's skill at acquiring information, we may never have known how to solve this last line of defence. I instructed Braden and Raynor to remain at the entrance and tie a rope around my waist in case of a sudden pitfall. Carefully, I began a walk on the darkened tiles that formed the third leg of the spider. Sweat beaded on my forehead as the pathway made by the tiny pieces of ceramic was very narrow at the start. And one slip could again mean instant death, but death never arrived. The information had been correct and I was able to make it to the pedestal and secure the artifact. Quickly as possible, we made our way back and out into the daylight. Once again, the Brotherhood was triumphant and it was time to return home. At the tavern that night, we decided to make a pact. We would stash the artifact in a cave not far from Bruma until we researched it further. An item of its magnitude could be very dangerous if mishandled, and we certainly didn't want to sell it without understanding its true value. Braden agreed to contract a local cooper to construct a chest with 3 locks. Each of us would hold a key to one of the locks, so none would have access to the artifact without the others being present. For the rest of the evening, we drank merrily and sang many a song of adventures past and adventures to come. That was really interesting to read. And that's kind of the detail you realise when you play games like this that they used to put in. The level of sort of detail and... I don't know, it's incredible. Okay, let's talk to Olav then.
What can I do for you today? Gelaborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Raynor told me that he was the last vampire he hunted. Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed him. That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Raynor and his so-called accomplishment.
Right, okay.
And nothing else I can tell you about him. He comes and goes and doesn't talk to people much. I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may... Okay. I could have sworn I saw him outside when I heard Raynor kill...
Right, okay.
Just look for me if you need anything else.
So he has his keys then. I've got to go talk to the guard, I'd assume. Tell him what I found out.
Hello.
So, any new revelation?
Actually, yes.
How'd you know about that? Too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Gelaborn was killed by Raynor not too long ago. Gelaborn was a vampire as well, obviously.
I disagree.
What do you mean you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you have that Gelaborn was not a vampire? I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynor have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynor from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olav's Tap and Tack in 1 hour.
Ah, right, okay.
Do you have any more questions? Yes. I remember Braden mentioning that name once. He was part of the Brotherhood he had created with Raynil. I have no idea where he'd be.
Right, okay, to Olav's then. We'll track this bastard down. No one's pretending to be a vampire hunter on my watch.
Anything else I can help with? You just
Okay.
look for me if you need anything else.
Let's just wait for an hour.
Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the roads. Raynor was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but lost him in the mountains. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Gelaborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. That must be where he's headed.
Okay.
You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there and makes his escape.
I agree.
I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma, as Raynor doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic and run. You're my only hope at the moment. Please, you have my authorization to do everything you can to bring him to justice. If you won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you have a day at the most to stop him.
Okay.
If all you say is true, Raynor will answer for Braden's death. Raynor will pay for both crimes. Gelaborn was likely another innocent he's slain. I'll make sure Skingrad's City Watch hears of this. I can't wait to get my hands on Raynor. He'll become very familiar with Bruma's dungeons, or the end of my blade if he doesn't come peacefully.
Well,
please hurry. Raynor may make a break for the open road at any moment.
well, as much as I am here to help, and you know, I will bring him to justice, I still think that it's a bit of incompetence on your part, really.
Good to see you.
Alright, let's leave through the North Gate. We're going to do this one on foot.
Who will help an old beggar?
Because I do not want to bring the horse. Maybe I should have done, but what's that? Cloud Ruler Temple. What on earth? Oh, I can't unlock you to death. A random bandit just sitting on the side of and another one. Oh no, that's not a bandit. He's just randomly killing.
What's the matter? Getting tired?
Dude, why are you killing deer? Maybe he's hungry. Apple Watch.
What's the matter? Getting tired?
Just seen another person running. Who was that? I hope it wasn't him. No, that's another Imperial. Okay. Let's make our way to the cave then. I think all these episodes are going to have to end up being bumper episodes. There's too much to do in one session. Right, into the caves. I've arrived at Boreal Stone Cave.
Congratulations. I had a feeling you would catch on sooner or later. Leaving that journal behind was a stupid mistake on my part. I saw you enter Olav's tap and tack before I could get there, and I knew that I had to sneak out of Bruma somehow. It was only a matter of time before you or Carius figured it out. No matter. After I've killed you, I won't need my vampire hunter ruse any longer. Certainly not. I'm surprised Carius didn't send the entire city watch up here. Then I would have seen that coming, I suppose. I expected to lay low here for a while and then be on my way. So again, I underestimated you. This leaves me with little choice. Either I fight you now and have a chance at freedom, or I surrender and rot in a city dungeon. I prefer the chance for freedom.
Well, this is your last chance.
Yes, I suppose it is. Well then, we've talked enough. Only one of us will walk out of here alive this day. Good luck.
Goodbye, Raynor Drellus. I've located Raynor in Boreal Stone Cave. He refused to surrender, choosing instead to attack me. I was forced to kill him to defend myself. I can now recover the artifact mentioned in Gellerborn's journal from the chest. Opening the waterlogged chest with all 3 keys, I discovered the artifact to be an amulet. It seems fairly unremarkable, and I'm unsure of its function. I think I should bring it back to Erline Lyrian and see what she wants me to do with it. So be it. Okay. Well, we can fast travel back. That guy's voice was really evil as well.
It's you. Hi.
What the hell did I do to you, man?
Hi there.
Right. Let's see what you have to say, Erline.
I was praying for your... What news do you bring?
Mundane amulet.
Long ago, I made a promise to Braden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm about to reveal to you now. However, because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Braden would understand why I'm breaking that pact. Braden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special enchantment placed upon it. The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be restored to its true state.
Did the word die with Braden?
No. He always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, and I came into possession of the keys. The other members of Braden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed. Only then would I pass the knowledge on to them. If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show you what you've recovered.
Certainly. Here it is.
Thank you. I will now speak the word Brotherhood. Here is the amulet back. It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no use for this anymore. I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Braden would want. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep you safe on whatever roads you may travel.
Thank you. Phylactery of Liveness. Okay, Reynolds.
I'm glad he's dead. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but I think you understand.
Okay, well, let's see what this amulet is.
Been done.
Fortify speed on self. Well, I'll certainly take that. Lovely. Right, and before we go, we'll do a little bit of alchemy. And then I think we will call it a day. Restore fatigue, resist disease. Haven't got anything else, unfortunately. Right. Well, with that, I think we'll call that episode a day. In the next episode, we'll go and check out the Mages Guild and see exactly what the mages are up to in Bruma. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Very much appreciate it. If you like what I do, please like and subscribe so I can continue to grow my channel. Thank you very much. Goodbye.